Yes, people. It's Jacob on the one up top. I hope you're enjoying your weekend, as I have been enjoying not only my weekend off, week off, sorry. So I spent the week down at my mum's with the kids and that. So I'm just hoping these bag of idiots don't ruin it for me. But before I go into the lineups and stuff, just remember to be liking, sharing, and subscribing. Just to make sure that I can do as much as I can to help the channel grow. Yeah, I'm going to go into it short and sweet. I'm just in the lineups now. I'm looking at Bournemouth first. Let's go to that. They got Neto in goal, Vina right back, Kelly right back. You got Mepham and Jack Stevens in the middle. Jefferson Lerma, Rothwell as the two centre midfielders. Christie, Philip Billing, Tavernier and Solanke up front. Now, on paper, regardless of what lineup Spurs were to put up, you'd think that's a championship side, isn't it? But their coach has done very well to, get them out of the relegation bottom three and push them even further up the table. You know, they look like, a win or two here and there will keep them secure, considering you've got the form of Southampton, Everton, yo-yo, Leicester not looking great, Leeds floating in and around this. I think Bournemouth with a couple of results will do okay and probably stay up, especially when they come to see Dr. Tottenham this afternoon. Whenever anybody needs points, whether it's at the top end or the bottom end, we seem to either gift them or just about win. Brighton, last week, we were very lucky to win that. I'm happy to win ugly, but that was really ugly. That was like, I don't even know what type of ugly you want to call that. That was like an octopus ugly. Them animals, no matter where you look at it, it don't look nice, does it? But yeah, I'm going to line up, if you're a Spurs fan like I am, no surprises. If I read it out to you, if you are surprised, Lloris in goal, Romero, Dyer and Longley, Pedro Porro and Perisic wing-backs, Skip, Højbjerg, Kulusevski, Son and Kane. No surprises. The only thing I'm going to talk about is what Stellini said in his press conference, that we need to be playing attacking football. To me, he sounded like he was saying that praying to God. You're the coach, mate. You get it attacking. Looking at that lineup, does it suggest attack to me? No. The only way you can attack with a formation like that for me is if you press high. And I think if you've got a back five, why are you not pressing high? You've got more numbers to cater for any balls over the top or any mistakes. So I never understand why coaches play five defenders and sit off, but then want to attack. The only attack you're going to get is a counter-attack. But for me, I don't really believe in counter-attacking football unless you're playing cup football, because you're basically saying to any type of opposition, give us what you got. And if they give you what you got and take a 2-0 lead, then what? That plan's out the window, isn't it? You got to go and get what you want, whether it's football, man, woman. If I go to the shop, if I sit here and decide, do I want a beer for the football? And I'll decide, yeah, I want a beer. Do I go to the shop and go and get the beer? Or do I sit here hoping that the shopkeeper thinks, oh, you know what, Jacob wants a beer, I'll take it up to him. I'll go and get it, don't I? The same thing, like if you decide, if you're a woman and you want to dress for a party tonight, and you see a dress online and they're saying you can go and get it from whatever shop you're getting, are you going to order that online and wait for it to get here? Or are you going to go and grab it, considering you haven't paid for a delivery? You're going to go and get it. So I don't understand why Tottenham are sitting there waiting for the beer. Go and get it. If you want a beer tonight, go and get it. But, I'm sick and tired of saying it, man. Stellini comes out saying we need this attacking football like he's not the man in charge. But if I'm going to go to a quick score prediction, I don't even know. The way Tottenham are, it's not great, is it? When we went there last time, we went 2-0 down, and fair enough, pulled it back. But again, that philosophy of counter-attacking and waiting for the opposition to do things, we could have come unstuck at Bournemouth. But But luckily, we went 2-0 down and thought, actually, let's attack. And then we spanked them and brought it back to 3-2. So if we did it the other way around and thought, let's go and attack them, we probably would have gone 3-0 up and then Bournemouth wouldn't have scored the two. Just keep attacking, man. For me, you should only sit off with 10 minutes to go. Play counter-attacking when you're 3-0 up. So then you're going to have to throw the kitchen sink at it and you can just pick them off at will. That's what big clubs do. That's what a Man City will do. Man City don't ever really play counter-attacking, but they'll if they're 2-0 up and you think, all right, then we're going to, chuck the kitchen sink at it, they'll just pick you off. They'll just put Haaland over the top or Grealish cutting inside and it's game over. So, yeah, if I'm going to do a prediction for the sake of the video, I don't know. What I'm quite confident in is that we'll probably... I just feel like we'll concede the first goal. I don't know. The home support, I've got to give it to them. They've been brilliant because without them, I don't think this team has any belief in it whatsoever to win games, just like Roy Keane said. If I want to do a prediction, I'll probably say it'll probably be like last week. I think I don't think Bournemouth will be as dominant, but I just think we won't deserve to win, and we'll end up winning 2-1. Harry Kane will pull us out of the bag again, and I think we've got to. I said it on a video about 2-3 weeks ago. I said it on this one, and I said it on a stream. If we're not careful, Aston Villa will be in the top 4 race. And everybody laughed at me, but, I'm just looking at the scores now. They're 3-0 up against Newcastle, the team that apparently we're competing with. And if I look at the table, Aston Villa are 3 points behind us and we've got a game in hand. So if we don't win this and Villa win their next game, and I think we've got to go to Villa, correct me if I'm wrong, considering they beat us. Remember, it wasn't long ago that they beat us and they were flirting with relegation. All of a sudden, they're on our coattails. So Tottenham need to win games like this, considering Newcastle have dropped points, Man United are in an injury crisis, and Aston Villa are sniffing our backsides, along with Brighton. Brighton has still got 2-3 games on us. So it's an important day, important game. It's not a trophy, but if we're going to get top 4, we've got to do this. And I think it'll be a 2-1 drab game. See you lot at half-time. Yes, you lovely people. It's Jacob on the one up top at half-time. I did that cheesy smile because I swear every half-time I look like a miserable guy, and it's because of the miserable team that I support. If you don't know, it's Tottenham 1, Bournemouth 1. If I'm honest, there were spells in the game where we looked better, as in on the ball was being passed a bit quicker. But I generally think that was nothing to do with anything that happens in training. It was more to do with the intensity that Bournemouth brought to the game. I mean, Bournemouth, in that first half, if they had Harry Kane and Son, we'd probably be 3-0 up. They were cutting through our fullbacks, cutting through the middle like it was no man's business. And they were playing really good football. Like, I was sitting there with the kids and a friend of mine and my sister saying they're actually playing good football. And I appreciate good football, regardless of if it's opposition. Even if it's Arsenal, I appreciate good football as much as it might be for a rival. So, yeah, you just look at that and think that there's nothing positive. I think the only positive I can think of is the fact that Son probably had one of his best halves for a long time. And that's not saying that it was amazing. It was just, it's been that bad for him that he played all right. That's it, man. Harry Kane pretty much non-existent, but again, we can't rely on him to do everything you need to service. He missed one chance that was, food and drink for Harry Kane, but again, I'm not going to have a go at him because he's forever getting us out of the hole, which he'll probably do in this game. But in terms of Bournemouth's goal, what it was, I was watching the game and I was talking to my friend, and then I remember looking up at the screen. I said to him, "Hold on a minute, who's that?" And I thought it was Tanganga for a second. Then I looked up and I was like, "Oh my God, it's Davinson Sanchez!" And I didn't realise that Longley had gone off and Sanchez had come on. I kid you not. As soon as I've seen that he's on the pitch, Pedro Porro, I don't know what he was doing, but then Davinson Sanchez is just watching him like I'm watching the Tottenham on the telly. Cuts through a nice little gap that Davinson Sanchez leaves for him. And it was a great finish by the fullback. But it's just schoolboy stuff. Realistically, I was saying to my friend again that if I had Davinson Sanchez's fitness, I would have read that. And that's not me saying I'm a world-class footballer or, I'm saying that I'm a top footballer. It's just like if you read that, you move into the gap. So, if you're seeing Pedro Porro about to lose the ball, you drop into a position and you minimise that gap, especially when you're in a back three. The other two got the memo, but he's there just going, oh, this looks great, as if he's a spectator. We goes in and it's a goal within, like, what was he on for? 2 minutes? But this guy's getting paid 100 grand a week. This guy's coming in. Stellini's telling me that we need attacking football. Well, if Longley gets injured, just like what happened last time, don't take off a defender for a defender when we're 1-0 up and playing weaker oppositions in our eyes. Take Longley off, go to a back four and put a midfield three in. Or, go and kill the game off and put another attack on. But no, we go over back five and we still can't handle it. So am I looking forward to the second half? Not really. The only positive really is I've got something else to talk about, innit? Because that's what Tottenham do. They just provide you with entertainment. Absolute clowns. But yeah, we'll see what happens second half. Oh man, I feel like I do this every week now. Yeah, the reason why I'm laughing is because the inevitable happened, where Tottenham bottled it. The score was Tottenham 2, Bournemouth 3. Imagine, this is a team that was being told, I've got no chance of survival 3 months ago. This is a team that hardly went into the transfer window 3 months ago. They brought in a rookie manager, so to speak, a few months ago. Yeah, don't worry about it. Come to Tottenham and sort yourself out, man. We're like a Chinese buffet, mate. As long as you show us a bit of respect, we'll give you all the food you want. Where do I start, man, from half time? I'll get the positives out of the way first because they're easier. Shout out Danjuma. I've been calling for this guy for ages. You know, fair enough. He gets his first goal in the Premier League before Richarlison, which we'll go on to later. Good finish by him. And to be honest, he's the only reason why we had a chance of getting a result in that game, because he, unlike most people in the team, showed a bit of bottle, showed a bit of fight, bravery, wanted the ball all the time. And when he got the ball, he was productive with it. You know, he got to the point where he did that. It brought all the fans up. And then he's gone and got himself a goal. So shout out Danjuma. You know, a lot of the players in that team need to look up to Danjuma, including Harry Kane, including Son, and say, if you want to get the players up, and then the fans up, you want to get the players up, you want to get everybody up for getting a result, regardless, so we've got to dig in. Go and do something like Danjuma did, because he came on for half an hour and showed everybody what time it is, even though he's been on the bench for ages. So shout out him. Now I'm going to go to the negatives, which I'm not going to take too long on, because we all know these things happen. My negative goes to Stellini on this, because if I can see this, if Tottenham fans older than me and younger than me can see this, Davinson Sanchez is not a football player, man. Like, this happened the only other day, and I said, if Longley has to come off and we've got no centre-halves, go to a back four. Stellini decides to bring Sanchez on where we're relatively comfortable. He flops on 2 goals, and then we take him off and look like we're going to win the game. So, Stellini, why are you bringing this guy on? This guy ain't going to be here next season. This guy is clearly not good enough. You know, if this guy was on a free transfer, contract done, is anybody in the whole of the Premier League taking on Davinson Sanchez? No. Southampton are rock bottom and they wouldn't take him. Even if he offered to half his wages, not taking him. But Tottenham Hotspur are bringing him on when we need to win a game. But then it proved that if we can go to a back four and be a bit more attacking. But Davinson Sanchez, I mean, like him and Pedro Porro, yeah, all of them, they're all calamitous. Like, Davinson Sanchez is at fault for 2 goals. Pedro Porro, what are you trying to dribble past 3 people for in your own half when you've got Davinson Sanchez to cover you? Davinson Sanchez, I can't believe he's watching Pedro Porro do that like I was watching football with my kids. Like, he literally just watched him and walked away and then thought, actually, hold up, I'm supposed to be in that position, and we can see the goal. Like, it's not even schoolboy, because schoolboys don't do this, man. It's ridiculous. And then, you know, everyone goes on about Romero, he's our best defender. What's he doing, trying to do, like, little nutmegs and flicks on a corner flag, which nearly set them up for another goal? We've got people like Højbjerg that are talking about the Danish warrior. What was you... You got sold quicker than a hooker for that goal, for the winner. You just got sold. So desperate. Like, stand your ground. What are you getting so hesitant for? Like, Django just dipped him. It's just, it was criminal, some of the stuff I was seeing. But this all goes to Stellini, because I admire him in a way for recognising that the way we were approaching the game wasn't great. So then he kept chucking an attacker after attacker after attacker. And I thought that when we've gone to 2-2, you'll understand now that this team is built for people that need to push forward. All this sitting in with back fives and back fours don't work with these players. Conte proved that. You just need to adapt and realise that these players ain't Italian league players that are going to sit in and defend. They're all up for the attack. And if we get exposed at the back, we get exposed at the back when you put 5 at the back anyway, like you just saw in the last goal. So realistically, the defenders aren't good enough. The attackers are. So just put as many attackers as you can on and see if you can score more goals in the opposition, because this back five malarkey is mad. This is what Tottenham do. Dr. Tottenham. You know, as much as I predicted 2-1, one, I knew that we weren't going to deserve to win it, and two, I called us Dr. Tottenham beforehand. So I'm not going to sit there saying I'm some sort of guru. I woke up feeling I'd be a bit positive today. You know, I've had a few days off work. You know, had a nice day. Got my mates coming around to my mum's yard cooking nice food. I thought, yeah, Tottenham, come on, man, you can sort me out, can't you? Nah. Even I was stupid. But I weren't stupid as in I was going to sit there and enjoy the game. I weren't stupid as in I'd put my mortgage on Tottenham winning. And they just desserts. It was literally the same way as the Brighton game went. Bournemouth, out of all teams, they were just more clinical. So from as far as I'm concerned, we probably would have beaten them if Newcastle and Aston Villa drew. But either way, Tottenham just don't help anybody. They don't help themselves. We've got too many players that are just selfish. You know, you've got Pedro Porro, when we need a goal, just, you know, don't worry about it. I'm going to shoot from 35 yards and see if we can score from that when you've scored one goal in the box. You've got Romero, as aforementioned, trying flicks with a Bournemouth player on the corner line. You've got Davinson Sanchez that's just standing there like a spectator thinking, oh, I wonder how Pedro Porro is going to get out of this. Not adapting to the fact that you're his cover. You've got Eric Dyer that doesn't engage in any tackles, and when he does, he gets himself booked. Perisic, please, like, this is just a mess. How's Perisic been signed on a 3-year deal when Conte is on an 18-month deal? Figure that one out. But this is what Tottenham do. We've got this guy. He's like the same age as me, man. Can't cross, can't shoot, can't defend. Where should we play him? Left wing back. Well, you need to be able to cross, shoot, and defend. Like, everyone gives Trent Alexander-Arnold loads of slack. But at least he can do two of the things. He can shoot, he can cross, but he can't defend. Perisic can't do none of the above mentioned, but we've got him as our left wing back. Useless. Like, I'm not going to keep going on about it. I'm going to enjoy the rest of my afternoon. I'm going to do a massive breakdown on this on Tuesday. Massive. It's going to be beautiful. You're going to see it. I'm going to go in. So make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment, do all of that. Whoever you support, even if you don't like football and you're watching this, love for watching it, and enjoy the rest of your weekend, because I know I will. Levy out.